I'm Kassie Ray.
And I'm Dalton Grenier. This week on Catatouille, we'll be making Strawberry Shortcake.
Strawberry Shortcake isn't just some little cartoon character from our childhood. It's a delicious, warm weather treat.
In preparation for spring, we decided to make things a little sweet this week.
Before we start, here's what you'll need for your strawberry shortcake.
1.5 pounds of strawberries, 5 tablespoons of sugar, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1.5 cups of heavy cream.
Start by stemming and quartering 1.5 pounds of strawberries. Want to help?
Heck yeah. Once your strawberries are cut, then you're going to coat them in 3 tablespoons of sugar.
I was thinking of ow.
The Tootsie Pop.
Yeah. A tuhu. A tuhi. Set aside your strawberries in the fridge for 30 minutes and then preheat your oven to 400 degrees.
Begin making your cake mixture by adding your flour, your baking powder, your baking soda, your salt, and the remaining 2 tablespoons of sugar.
Add 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream and mix until just combined.
Place your mixture into an 8-inch ungreased baking pan.
Bake for 18 to 20 minutes or until golden brown.
The strawberry is the only fruit that has the seeds on the outside, and each strawberry has about 200 seeds. Because these seeds are on the outside, the strawberry is actually not a true berry, and each of the seeds could be considered as a separate fruit.
When we get back, we'll get started on our homemade whipped cream.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back, Catatouille fans.
For a whipped cream, you'll need
1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of lemon zest, 3 tablespoons of sugar, and 1.5 cups of heavy cream, chilled.
Using a mixer, beat your whipped cream, your sugar, vanilla, and lemon zest until small peaks of form, about 1 to 2 minutes.
And make sure that your whipping cream is cold before you use it, or else it'll be hard to whip up.
Set it aside in the fridge to keep it stiff.
Now that our cake has come out of the oven, we're going to take it out of the pan and place it on a cooling rack before cutting.
Once the cake is cooled, cut it into 6 pieces and then cut those pieces in half horizontally.
The 2012 Pasadena Strawberry Festival featured the world's largest strawberry shortcake. The cake used 3,240 pounds of strawberries and 280 pounds of whipped cream icing.
When we get back, we're going to start assembling our strawberry shortcake.
You won't want to miss it.
All right, let's dig in. Let's do it.
Again with the huge bite.
I'll take a nice petite one.
That was really good.
Yeah, it's different than store-bought, for sure.
Absolutely.
That's very different, especially the whipped cream.
The whipped cream is really good. I really like the shortcake. I think for a lot of people kind of get the shortcakes. There's a lot of different versions of shortcakes out here, but it's a little, ours is different. It's a little crumbly on the top, but once you get into the middle of it, it's really soft. And I have constructed a small sandwich-like strawberry shortcake. So the whipped cream has done a nice job of like soaking into it, but it hasn't quite made it soggy, which is really cool. It's like holding up the texture, and it's very nice. Very pleasant bite. Very pleasant bite. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's very, again, it's not as spongy, like it doesn't bounce as the store-bought ones do a little bit. But yeah, it is, there's a little bit of that softness to it, which I didn't really expect.
Yeah. It's overall very good.
Yeah.
I liked it. The whipped cream was very light. I think making it homemade, versus like the store-bought like whipping cream or like like Cool Whip or anything like that. It's definitely a different texture, but it just feels more fresh. It's not quite as sweet. It doesn't really taste as artificial. It's really, you can tell it's homemade. The lemon zest really adds a citrus note in it, which it needs. It cuts through the strawberries and all the sugar, but it's not too much. It's a very light note for your palate.
Yeah, we also added less sugar in our whipped cream, which helped it a little bit not taste overpowering with the sugar, especially since we already added sugar with the strawberries. Also, the whipped cream was very smooth tasting. I think store-bought, I don't know, it's just more foamy and you can break up the whipped cream a little bit more, where this it's very smooth and makes the consistency a lot better.
I'm going to give our strawberry shortcake 4.5 strawberries out of 5 shortcakes.
I'm going to give my rating 5 shortcakes out of 7 strawberries. All right, that's all we have for this week on Catatouille.
Check us out on our Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or on KNWT Channel 8.
For previous episodes of Catatouille, click here.
For the newest episode of Gen 2, click here.